All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Legend of the Three Kingdoms. Yes, this is one of my homebrew D&D campaigns set in my weird, messed up homebrew D&D campaign setting, and the people below me are all ready to be done with that damn Dream Beholder. So, hooray for that. Announcements. Probably the biggest thing, couple days ago, maybe just yesterday, I don't know. Two big crowdfunding, TTRPG crowdfunding things launched. We have Where's Blade, which is actually a sword and sorcery and mechs TTRPG from Japan that came out. First version came out in '89 and has been exclusively a Japanese property until now. The Kickstarter for it is to get an English language translation of this really cool looking TTRPG. If you go to the Kickstarter page, they actually have like a quick start guide that you can download that explains how the rules work. They explain the basics of how characters work and stuff like that. So if you want to get an idea of how it plays, there's that. But that in and of itself just launched yesterday, and they met their goal in minutes. So that's cool. The other thing that launched was the new Cypher. What is currently called the Cypher system is now going to be just called Cypher. It's like share. But they're using BackerKit actually to fund the kind of second edition of Cypher. And they met their $100,000 funding goal in about an hour-ish. And the last time I checked, they had quintupled their goal. And they're slowly adding stretch goals and things like that. The stretch goal that I am most excited about that they have already met is if they had 2,200 backers, they were going to update the Strange, which is my favorite flavor of the Cypher system. It involves alternate realities and jumping between them and cool stuff like that. So both of those are going on. I think the Cypher system ends, I think, September the 26th or something like that. And Where's Blade ends like September 16th. So, yeah, cool stuff going on there. The Welcome to Night Vale TTRPG officially ships, I think, early September. So that'll be here soon. The Transformers 1 source book for Essence 20 launches in September. And then I think there's another G.I. Joe book that's coming out in, I think, October or November. So those things are very cool. Obviously, Critical Role made their announcement talking about Campaign 4. It's going to use D&D. Brendan Lee Mulligan is going to be DMing it. Mark Mercer is going to be a player this time, and he's going to be joined by 12 other people. Yes, there's going to be 13 people playing at apparently 3 different tables, and Brendan is going to kind of juggle all of them. We don't know how he's going to do it yet, whether it's going to be like every week is a different group, or if we're going to have like little mini series where we follow this group for a few weeks and then this group for a few weeks. That will be revealed later, but it is an interesting way to run a pretty massive campaign, and he describes it as a West Marches campaign, which implies the idea that the groups themselves will not be static. There should be kind of shuffling of people between different groups and stuff like that, which will be interesting and fun. So, Yeah. That also means that Daggerheart is officially dead. You're not allowed to play it anymore. You are required by law to burn all of your books. And while you're burning your books, you have to put on sackcloth and rip it in a ceremonial No. Um, Perkins and Crawford are still doing amazing stuff for Daggerheart. Keith Baker, the guy that created Eberron, is going to be creating a campaign setting for Daggerheart. There's a bunch of new live plays that are coming out for Daggerheart. They are already playtesting 4 new classes that have already gone through revisions a couple of times based on feedback. So Daggerheart is getting cooler and cooler and cooler and cooler. So I'm really excited about that. I was lucky enough to be able to run a Daggerheart campaign with these folks here, where we played an old D&D module, and we had an absolute blast. It's a super fun game to play.
Some of us more blast than others.
Yeah, did you guys see? I found this really great thing where somebody went to a convention as an NPC protester, and they had a sign that said, "Only you can stop tavern fires. Kill the wizard first." I thought it was apt.
No, no, the NDA is settled. I'm part of the program that's cloning Brennan so that he can handle all 3 parties. And then at the end of the season, all 3 Brennans are going to fight to the death for the Brennan Prime position.
Yeah.
Seeing Brennan Lee Mulligan in action can promise you. Seeing Brennan Lee Mulligan in action can promise you that will not work out.
I kind of like the idea of like a Brennan Lee Mulligan Highlander thing where each one of them just gets a different sword and they have to take the other person's head. By the way, there is a Highlander TTRPG. I think it uses it uses the Everyday Heroes system. And that has been one of the systems that I've been wanting to run for a little while because I love Highlander. In other announcements for me, I have officially decided what the December campaign is going to be for this year. I'm going to be running a Dark Sun campaign because Dark Sun is super cool, and it looks like Wizards of the Coast is going to be returning to Dark Sun. Wizards of the Coast, right here. You screw up Dark Sun, I will never forgive you. But it's not going to be out before my campaign, so I will be able to save Dark Sun before they destroy it. And instead of like trying to find a way to make 5th edition work in Dark Sun, which is never going to work, I'm going to use Draw Steel. Because it's a super cool system. It's the new system that Matt Colville put out. And there's a lot of 4th edition in it. There's a lot of other stuff in it too that just makes it super cool and amazing. And they already have psionics in it. So I don't have to come up with a new system to explain how everybody in the world is psychic. So, yeah, obviously plans can change. Like, it's August, and this won't be happening until December. But right now, I'm like 90% sure this is where it's going to go. So, yeah, I hope people are as excited as I am, because it's fun, and there's desert, and there's gladiators, and there's ravagers. Ravagers are scary. Mountain stalkers, also very terrifying creatures. All of Dark Sun is basically Australia on steroids. Not only is everything trying to kill you, but it's really, really good at it. So, yeah.
Are there drop bears?
Well, they call the Ravagers are the drop bears, or what are those called? Dune something. If you ever get a chance, you need to look through one of the Dark Sun monster manual things, because the creatures that they created specifically for Dark Sun are terrifying. Like, Ravagers are these crazy, like, insect dinosaur raptor hybrid things that their entire existence is just ripping things into tiny little pieces. And mountain stalkers are these weird giant things with tentacles for fingers. Like,
Hmm.
it's nonsense levels of crazy. So, yeah. Anything else big happening in the tabletop world that I forgot
Oh,
about?
I did see WizKids has released the from the Witchlight Carnival thing. They have WizKids has released. It's like it's a cat-sized the little kitten beholder. It's about cat-sized.
That's lovely. So that's a new cool thing. Anything else you guys are aware of? Just gonna get to that. Buy Kiri's book. We're actually just a little over a month away from the release. It's called The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder. Pre-order it. Pre-order it different ways. Like there's an audiobook and there's a physical book and there's lots of cool stuff. Just get the book. It's going to be super cool. And you're going to like it because Kiri's a really good author. So.
She's a wonderful person, and she is working on book 2.
Yeah.
So if you like it and you're like, damn, wish there was a book 2. She's working.
Yeah, it's working. There's a much better likelihood that book 2 will come out faster if lots of people buy it. So
have you do a pre-order on book 1.
Yeah, pre-order it. Call your local library, get them to pre-order it. Tell your friends, get it as a stocking stuffer. You know, give it to everybody.
You've pre-ordered one copy, yes. What about the second copy?
Yes, we've had first copies. What about second copies? 11sies? Afternoon tea? Lunch? Dinner? Supper? Don't think he knows about that one, Pip.
I mean, Kiri is one of my favorite halflings.
She is amazing. I think that means it's time for us to return to the... Really? Sorry.
Really?
I think I just got rid of... There it is. No, roll 20... Nope, I just got rid of the music player. Let's try this again. I accidentally popped out the music player, closed it. It was supposed to pop back in, and then it didn't. So, technical difficulties. Hold, please. There we go. Alright, and then we do that. We do that. I have to reset up my windows, because of course I do. Put that there. Alright. Now we should be set. So, now it is time for us to return to the legend of the Three Kingdoms. The party has awoken. In their search for the generals that were controlling Crucitalia in the name of the Dark Lord, the party made their way to Ebenthorn. But when they arrived, they discovered something very strange. The city itself seemed abandoned, aside from a few bodies in the inn that seemed to be in some sort of coma. After one of the bodies awoke and had a bit of a meltdown, the party was able to relax the person long enough to find out that some strange dream-based creature had condemned these people to sleep eternally as it fed off of their emotions. Realizing that this must have some connection to the Dark Lord, the players, the party made their way into the dream world and discovered themselves on a train, having to slowly help each one of the dreamers awaken, and eventually finding themselves in a station where they faced off against the Dream Holder. With the Dream Holder's ability to create realistic illusions of itself and psychically attack all of the party, the party was pressed relatively thin trying to deal with it. But they eventually were able to prevail, and as the Dream Holder faded from existence, they all found themselves waking up in the beds that they had chosen to sleep in before entering the world of dreams. And that is where we return. So, it's a little louder than I wanted. All right, so it kind of bring us back. So when we last left the party, you guys had just taken care of the Dream Holder, and as the dream world faded, you guys slowly found yourself waking up in the inn. You can see the various people around you that had been sent there to guard you and keep you safe, including your new werewolf friend, or former werewolf friend. As you all wake up, Liliane, you feel something heavy in your palm, and as you look down, you find a strange coin in your hand, very similar to the ones that you guys have found after defeating each one of the generals. As you all wake up, you suddenly are kind of hit in the face with this wave of sensation as they start bringing in kind of food and drinks and things like that, and going, whew, all right, how you guys doing? What would y'all like to do?
How are we, like, because we got significantly hurt in the dream realm. Does the damage present itself in the physical realm that we've returned to?
Absolutely. As a couple of you guys get up, some of you will
Rowan
taste.
looks fucked up.
Some of you guys will. As you guys get up, some of you guys will have like a strange like copper taste in your mouth, and as you realize that you're bleeding from your mouth. You might have some blood from your nose. Some of you have sore places on your body that as you kind of touch it, you realize there are bruises.
Yeah, it had to look really weird for people watching me and Vala. Cause just like, oh, suddenly it looks better, looks worse, looks better, looks worse, looks better.
So, as you all are waking up, you see a lot more people than you remember were here when you were going to sleep. And as you kind of wake up and stuff like that, you can see out the window the town itself has a lot more people here. Like when you guys went to sleep, there might have been maybe a dozen people total, including the dreamers. And outside, the town itself is not fully populated by any stretch of the imagination. But there's at least a few dozen people that seem to be trying to kind of get back into the groove of the things.
I want to be like, how long are we out?
and you suddenly see in the corner of the room the halfling woman, the first dreamer that you awoke, and goes, "Oh, well, I'd have to say it's been about 4 days that you've been out."
4 days.
Aye. We think that you probably were able to leave that scary place at least a couple of days ago, but you've been asleep this entire time. A more natural sleep, let's say. Seems whatever you did in there tuckered you out quite a bit.
Are we still hurt then?
Well, you all took quite a bit of a beating. It'll probably take you a few days before you're feeling completely back to yourselves.
We actually have
That's
an actual
fair.
long rest. So I guess we had friends outside of town. I wonder if let them know.
Oh, they've all made their way back into the town. Once the last of the dreamers were released, we started realizing something big was happening. And once you all did whatever it was that you did, we could all kind of tell that the influence was gone. And as soon as that happened, we started sending out runners and other things like that to try and get people back as quickly as possible. Lucky for us, there are a few people that weren't too far away to help us start getting this town back to where it was.
That's good.
We owe you all quite a bit of debt. Were it not for you, I don't think this town would really be here anymore.
We're happy to help.
The first thing in Rowan's mind, because what we were trying to do in there, there was an older gentleman. He describes he's about yay tall. How he looked, bit of a drinker. He seemed to be a war veteran. He became part of the dream. Did he?
Not everyone was able to come out. You did do amazing things, and you were able to save almost everyone, which is absolutely amazing and wonderful and lovely, but unfortunately he didn't make it. Name was Alan, by the way, Gruber.
I'm terribly sorry.
Well, a lot more would have suffered had it not been for you. So, bad things unfortunately happen. You just have to move on from it. But he's been buried. It's a lovely service. Anyway, if y'all are needing any sort of a pick-me-up, feel free to come by me shop. I can mix you up something that will get you right as rain. But now that it no longer looks like you're in need of a doctor, or the closest thing we've got to one right now, I think I'm going to go back to my shop and start getting things in order again. Thank you again for everything that you've done, and understand you'll always have a discount at my shop for what you did. And then she kind of wanders out of the room.
Some of you look worse, some others.
I'm assuming we have not gained the benefits of a long rest at this point.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There seems to be some time dilation when we broke the dream world.
Well,
I mean,
you guys didn't technically wake up from the dream world. The dream world collapsed while you were still in it. So, because of that, there was a little bit of trauma and other things that prevented you from getting a long rest until you could fully come out of it. So, technically, for the past few days, you guys have been in limbo.
You've been swimming.
I guess it will be a random question. Did we dream, or was it just like blackout?
You guys have no memory.
Okay.
You were in the dream world and then you woke up here.
Okay.
You okay, Argenta?
Yeah.
Mm.
Where'd that trumpet come from?
I mean, it's just normal planar travel. The world around you collapses. You tug twice on the silver thread, then memory goes black, and you take a couple days to reel back to your body. No, I'm joking.
So, again, in the corner of a room, kind of a dining cart has kind of been brought in, and there is enough breakfast foods that are there for all of you if you would like some.
I think 4 days of being in stasis, like Rowan he is absolutely famished.
Yeah.
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 All right. So as you guys start kind of digging into it, it's nothing that would ever be called gourmet, but it's very fulfilling and comforting. After you all are able to have your fill, almost on cue, so someone comes in to kind of take the dishes and wheel the cart out. So now you are full, pleasantly so, and the town itself seems to be really starting to wake up. You would guess that it's probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning at this point. What would you all like to do?
I guess we need to go find whoever from our party. The secondary group,
Yeah.
the Colin.
The Were Slayers.
Yes. Kevin.
Before we do that, I got the group the coin I got. What have we been doing with them? Have we been holding on to them?
I think so. The coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone that's got one. I'm trying to remember who all has one. I think Rowan's got one.
I don't think Rowan's got one.
Maybe not.
I would have added it to my inventory.
Who has a coin? Let's put it that way.
Argenta has one.
Okay.
Bala has one.
Is that right?
Theoretically, there should be 4, I thought, because there should be one from the Major Domo.
That's one I have.
There should be one from the dude.
The
mercenary
Bloody
dude.
Fang.
Yeah, the Bloody Fang. There should be one from the twins, or the from Klausgate, and then Evan Thorne. So I think Argenta, you should have 2, because you would have got the Major Domo and the mercenary one.
I have 2.
Okay, so Yeah, you guys have a grand total of 4 of them. Again, as far as you can tell, they seem like large coins. Like, I mean, they're like this size coins, so they're big. But you don't see any like anything that would indicate like a denomination or anything thing on that.
How about dinosaurs?
Sorry, I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
I've
How
tried to
about dinosaurs?
No, just kind of basic.
I've tried to use these
Does it have a
things
stag
in-
on it?
I've tried to use these things in multiple situations, but they just don't seem to have any like power or sway.
Yeah.
Well-
What was it that Valentine got made?
She tried to identify it and then she
Oh.
passed out. Yeah.
Correct. But when I showed it off to the oh, I forget his name. But the pack leader. When I showed it off to him, he certainly had a reaction to it. He was not happy that I was holding on to it.
So somebody knows what they do. You just haven't figured out who they are yet.
Brelwyn has a thought about that. That's going to require, like, Brelwyn's like, I might be able to do something about that, but that's going to require us seeing if anyone has the proper materials for me to utilize.
Okay.
Right.
So, I think first in order we should check on Colin and the rest of the
Yeah.
Wereslayers, and then seeing if we could probably acquire a few things.
Right. So, as you guys come downstairs from the inn portion, you come into kind of the tavern portion. You can see there's a fair number of people there that seem to be doing various things. A few of the tables have kind of been pushed together and seem to be kind of planning staging areas for, you would assume, the kind of rebuilding of the town. But as you come down, everybody kind of gets quiet, and suddenly one of the people in there kind of stands up on a chair, then gets on a table and goes, "The saviors of your town have descended. Everyone, let's give a round of applause to the Dream Slayers."
There's
Hello, Kevin.
No, I haven't told that name.
Don't necessarily hate that.
Yeah.
And so he tries to kind of lead everyone in a round of applause, and the rest of the Wereslayers start clapping. The rest of the people here seem to have work to do, and so they kind of like, and you could tell like most of the people here seem just about done with Kevin.
Where's Colin? Colin?
As you
Colin!
call out his name, you suddenly see in
Gods,
the doorway, almost on cue, you see Colin kind of come in and goes, "Hey, guys, you look like shit."
Thanks.
Feel
Is this what
Appreciate
you
the
looked like when
honesty.
we woke you up?
Probably, but you're alive, and that's really all that matters. You see him kind of grin. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, I gotta say, whatever in the hell you guys did in there, weird shit went on out here.
Right? Or
Right.
Like, weird things kind of like appearing out of nowhere. I got to fight things that weren't real, I don't think, but they still hurt. Like, it was weird stuff, man.
Mm.
But it's all like
uh,
over now, right? Like, you guys went and you killed the whatever the hell it was.
And it should be over.
Yeah.
Yes. Remoted the
No.
conductor.
Awesome. Well, the town is very different. Like, as soon as you
Days
guys,
of them getting back together, I guess.
yeah, as soon as you guys did whatever in the hell you guys did, like it was like somebody just changed, like instantly. The sky started to clear up. Colors became more vibrant. Like the whole town just like clicked. It was amazing. And then within hours of that happening, we had the first people start kind of coming back. I don't know where they came from, but yeah, it's probably going to be months before the town is back to the way it was. But it's impressive how what you guys did for the
So
town.
much of it was anchored in the dream realm.
Apparently,
Perhaps some of the people were in the dream realm, but they were released, so many that disappeared appeared. Maybe. I do not have the head for multiplanar concepts.
Well, may also want to inquire if anybody made it to Meisenford and came back. See if we can find out what's going on there.
as far as we can tell, anyone that went more than a few days north hasn't come back. But news like this would take a while to travel, so maybe on their way back. My understanding of Meisenford, it's not really the greatest like vacation spot, if you know what I mean.
Relwyn kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
makes this place look like a holiday.
Well,
As I was there.
we did have our first group of hunters show up in a long time. Had to tell them there's really nothing to hunt for right now, and they immediately said okay and just started heading north to Meisenford. So it's kind of weird talking to them, to be perfectly honest. Like,
What did they look like?
well, there was 6 of them. The leader, brown, kind of scraggy hair, almost a beard. He thought it was a beard. It wasn't, but that's what he thought. Kind of young. Seemed to be just kind of a generic fighter. He had a ranger with him, a sorcerer and a wizard, and then a barbarian. And yeah, when they came, they're like, yeah, we're here to kill monsters. Where's the monster board? And we're like, well, weird shit's been going on. Monster board's really not up and running. And they just went, okay, and then like about faced and went off. Didn't say anything, didn't ask for rooms for the night, didn't want to get food. It was really weird.
Kind of looked to Bella and also to Argento's like, doesn't sound like your friend in regular form, could it?
Argenta just shakes her head. No, they show up, they fight, they die, and then more show up, they fight, they die. It happens every day. She whispers to you. Remember how I said I died like 90 plus times? I was part of that cycle before.
Unless they are still out there. It's quite possible they came back and 'cause we only saw them in. Did we only saw them in were form, didn't we?
The Blood Pack?
Yeah. I don't recall
Yeah.
seeing them change. I think they were already in the form.
Yeah, they were already werewolves when you guys dealt with them.
Okay.
And I don't think any of them were spellcasters. They were all martial classes.
So it's entirely
Hmm.
possible they could have already been back here, blending in, or
Yeah.
they went elsewhere. Maybe to Meisenford, maybe elsewhere.
No, the hunters are rather when you step back and look at it from the outside, they are rather strange. Single-minded, I guess, is the better way to put it. They do the same things over and over again. They get themselves killed in the same ways over and over again. It's a cycle.
Mm.
Well, if there's anything we need to get, I guess we should look into that before heading to Meisenford.
Yeah.
I know what I'll need to go looking for. Does anyone else have any things look they need to look into?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think I have to.
Oh, almost forgot. And you see him kind of reaching around. This came for you. And he's holding a letter, which Vala, you recognize it's wax sealed, and you recognize the seal of the Blood Council on it.
Hmm. I will take that.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate everything you guys did for me, but I think I can be useful here for a little bit.
Oh yes, I mean you're not beholden to us. We
Okay.
helped as best we could.
Yeah.
Looks around like, is everything okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Rowan's still operating on the fact he lifted the curse, but
Yeah.
there's still like
I
this dude was long term. It was kind of 50-50 about him.
I don't think I'm ever gonna be the me that I was before.
I mean,
But
fair.
what happened to me, like, I think it made me better, and I think I can be really useful here, at least for a little while. They don't really have a town guard anymore. According to the locals, the forests around here are just filled with horrible stuff. So they
Yeah.
need someone that's got some fight training, let's say.
Who knows? Maybe even the Wereslayers could be helpful in some way
Yeah.
here as well.
I mean, I won't rule out anything, no matter how unlikely it is. But I mean, I'm pretty good at what I do. I'm not sure I'm quite to the level that I could get them to a useful place. Maybe send them somewhere with less monsters that they might decide that they need to create concoctions out of. Just spitballing here.
There is no place with less monsters.
I'm just saying, like, this is a town that's run off of going out and killing bad things. Maybe send them to, like, Minwell, where, like, it's more economic based than monster killing.
The long road to Middenwell.
I'm just saying, maybe just don't have them here.
Maybe they can hunt dust bunnies. Or
Considering location, that might not be. Colin, I understand why. It was a trek for us to get this far from Midwell to here.
All right.
I'm just saying, for perspective.
I'm going to just let a few of the other people in town know that if they see this particular group of people buying cauldrons or having late night parties, that maybe they should break them up.
Yeah.
They are supposed to stop doing that.
Yeah, I just old habits die hard. Anyway,
And we did bring them here for a reason, in the hopes of they could be properly educated, at least to knowing what they should do.
we'll see. Anyway, I've
Well,
got a.
hopefully they maybe they can reinforce the energy and helping them rebuild.
That's a good idea. Let's give them hammers or mallets, things that are very hard to use as weapons. That
What could
sounds like a great
possibly
idea.
go wrong?
They made do with cutlery and whips.
Anyway,
Just keep them busy.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've got.
that alright. I know it is another double play thing.
All right, well, I've got a patrol I got to finish. So, it's great that you guys are back, and congratulations on your victory. I really, I gotta say, in my entire life, I think this is the first time I've seen anyone in Crucitalia in general hopeful. It's always been about, well, maybe we can survive till tomorrow, and people here are talking about their future. I've never seen that before. No matter what, like, that's a big deal, guys. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Don't leave without saying goodbye. And he walks off. What do y'all want to do?
You're going to need some time to recoup, but at the least we need some answers, and might need a few things. I did put in our chat what Rowan's going to be hunting for, in case you needed to look at.
Yeah.
So
the incense you might be able to find in the town. The ivory strips are just not something you're going to be able to get right now in Ebonthorn. Klossgate would probably have them because Elizabeth had such magical stocks that you can find just about anything there. But Ebonthorn was kind of gutted when everybody left. So specialty things like ivory strips and stuff like that just weren't quite as.
Well, I think if I recall correctly, I asked about that before we came to Evan. Like when we were in Klossgate, he said we didn't have that kind of thing here. But it's also good. It's between sessions.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Klossgate has had like a few weeks to kind of get itself a little bit back. Okay. Again, when the siblings were kind of running things, there was really nothing available there. And now that they've had a few weeks to kind of get things a little bit better, some of the hoarded magical supplies are starting to be discovered and redistributed in various places. So that's what I meant. And then obviously if you can get all the way to Middenwell, it's kind of the trade center of Crucitalia, so you can find almost anything you need there.
Well, it's kind of a step back if we do that.
So,
We can split up.
what do you guys want to do?
I misread the map. I read Woodwall as Wood Mall for a second. I was like, why haven't we gone there yet?
Let's all go to the mall, people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, of the 4 pillar stores that were there, Sears is the only one that's technically left, and because Sears in and of itself has been going down, it's not really Sears. Like, you have like the clothes section, and there's like 3 drills that they sell, and that's about it. But Macy's is gone, and all the other ones, and then all the rest of the stores are just Forever 21, that one sports jersey shop, and then like 4 different Spencer's gifts.
Mm.
And that weird knife shop that sells a bunch of swords that aren't worth anything.
In that case, do we want to go see Esmeralda?
Yeah, we can do
See if
that.
there's anything she might have.
Okay.
I can make potions, but I'll need at least a day per to make just a regular one.
All right. Well, as you guys head over to the potion shop, when you get there, one of the things that you notice is there seems to be a line. Not like a massive, like mile long, but you can see there's probably about a dozen people that are kind of meandering around, and they all seem kind of intent on getting in there. And the shop itself looks busy. So, what would you like to do?
You go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys make your way in, the shop itself is generally not designed for more than maybe 6 or 7 people at any given time. And before you get in there, there's about a dozen people looking at various things in the walls and kind of making requests of Esmeralda. And as you come in, you just kind of hear this shout from the back. I'll be with you in a second. We're just a little bit more busy than I was. Oh, it's you for? All right, everyone. Hold up. Anyone that's made your orders, it's going to take me at least a day or two to get through everything, and you don't need to be here for it. So why don't all of you just get out to the shop? I've got your names. I've got all of your stuff in there. Get out for the other people that I haven't been able to talk to, including these 4 who just saved all your arses. You can see other people kind of being like, and they slowly start to get out of there. Oh, my lord.
It's been busy 4 days, like you mentioned.
It's been bizarre. I mean, now that people are coming back, everyone thinks that, now that this thing is done, that they need all of these different protection from this, or I need a potion that gets rid of that, or I need a poultice that'll allow me to fix this malady or that. I mean, I wasn't unknown in this town or anything like that, but I've never had this many people in my shop ever.
Well,
I've had 4 different people claim that they were taken over by a dream beholder. That I know for a fact have never been in this town before.
Yeah.
Anyway, what can I do for you?
Well, we were coming in here to see if you had any wares you might be able to sell us, but
Well, the most basic stock has basically been sold through, and I'm slowly replacing it. But I keep some of the nicer stuff for, let's call it friends and family. What in particular might you be looking for?
well, I mean, for starters, anything you might have in the regards of healing potions, something a little bit more robust. I'm capable of making a fair quantity myself. It's just it's the time. That's the real issue.
Understand. Well, I've got all the way up to potions of superior healing here. The only thing I'm a bit short on is your standard potion of healing. My current stock has all been purchased by the populace here, and it'll take me a few days to replace it with greater. Like I said, everything up to superior I've got, and because you're such kind people, I'm willing to give you a 50% discount on anything that you want to pick up.
So, reading on D&D Beyond. Okay.
So, beyond some potions of healing, what else are you thinking you might be wanting?
There's no artifact potions I have to inquire about. No, I'm joking. Um,
Hi, this is a strange concoction. I've just made it myself. I call it Shut the Fuck Up. It's a fantastic one. Here's another potion, and she just takes out a kind of flagon. I call it Makes It Easier to Deal with You Arseholes. And she downs a swig of it.
Well, if you have anything in regards to the superior, greater, or superior and greater capacity, I mean, we wouldn't turn that down. How much do you have of those? Or how many do you have?
Greater potions, I've got about a dozen of them. Superior, about half a dozen.
About how much would we looking at those?
Whatever it says in the PHB, just have it. I don't have it open right now.
Or they don't have cost value, or
They do. I just have to remember where. It
it's,
might be
it's,
in
just,
the
I mean,
DMG.
it's never in the inventory. In inventory, it just has dash because they leave it up to you.
No, they have. It might be in the DMG where they actually have costs for specifically potions. Let's check this. Hold on a sec.
Actually, notes.
So, if you go to the DMG to the Chapter 7 Treasure, I'm doing the 2014 one. They list common 50 to 100, uncommon 101 to 500. Just take the base value, the low end, of the rarity of the healing potions and cut that in half. So, a greater potion of healing would normally be about 100. It's 50 gold for you guys. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool. So we don't need to role play any of that. Just mark off the amount of gold for the from the party for the amount of potions you want. Like I said, maximum you've got 12 potions of greater, 6 superior.
I'm taking 2 of the greater.
I'm just trying
Oh,
to
you did.
find the actual magic item list. I think I'm just in the wrong chapter.
As I say, because I could make potions given enough time. I could make them about what I thought was half the cost.
Just give me a second here.
Okay.
Potion of healing. So yeah. Alright, we'll knock it down to a quarter then, if that's what you normally can do. So yeah, just a quarter of what the list price is. So we can do that
Okay, sure.
off stream. We don't need to waste time with that. I don't plan on throwing combat at you right now, so if you don't have the potions with you, it's not a big
Okay.
deal.
You mean it like a video game?
I mean, it is.
Healing?
It's just you guys are currently in the 2-hour long cutscene that's unskippable.
Well, I'm gonna throw something out here in regards to because you would know who to send the message to. If you sent if you sent a message saying, "Hey, could you send these items our way?" Do you think they would have a means of quickly sending a courier to us?
Potentially.
Because I think if I can get my hands on the incense and these and some ivory strips, it seems to be the ivory strips we have an issue with getting. I just need 4. The incense would be consumed, but the ivory strips is also a primary component. I think they could go a long way.
Yeah, I
I just
can.
I would just hate to go all the way back, as I do feel we're going to have to go to Mesenford, but at the same time, I don't know what awaits us there, and if we are going that way, we don't know where we'll be going next. Potentially where
Yeah.
we'll be pulled next is my concern.
Yeah, I have. I actually have a Midwell Prime account, so 2-day delivery.
Well, I was talking about Klausgate because the
Oh, yeah.
twins.
Yeah, I'll. Yeah, I will send a message to the brother asking him 4 pieces of ivory.
Well, if it's
Worth-
possible, they might not. It could be a crapshoot. They might not have them.
Right.
Vincent.
So. Yeah, I will. I will use. Is it sending?
That is a spell that does work.
I will cast sending at 3rd level and be like, "Hey Vincent, we were just wondering if you would happen to have maybe 4 pieces of ivory worth at least 50 gold each, and
Any sense that they could spare it to.
any incense you could spare, and maybe have somebody bring that to us in Ebenthorn." You can reply to this message.
Okay. So a few moments pass, and you get a very kind of curt response of, it'll be there in 4 days.
Excellent. Yes, and 4 days.
Okay. I presume we could spend that time. I mean, we are going to need at least a day, regardless of recouping.
Yeah,
I think we should at least inquire while we are waiting here. What are we intending to do? Because we've already taken out another general.
we
Do you
have.
think there might be one waiting for us in Misenford?
I believe we've taken out 4 generals now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've taken up the one in Ilmorn in Scorn mode. Did we which ones have we taken out? I forget which one was first.
The Major Domo was the first general.
Was he Ilmorn?
Yeah, he was Ilmorn.
Yeah.
There was a general in Scornmote, which was the mercenary guy.
Yeah,
Both the siblings were the co-generals of and they lived in Klausgate, and then Ebenthorn, the Dreamholder, was the general, and he only had 4 generals.
Oh, so we've taken them out.
Yes.
Okay.
5.
The free cities of Misenford and Middenwell.
I am. Okay, so there's no more generals. That doesn't necessarily mean there's no more problems, because Bloody Fang, for example, they're the Blood Pack. They're obviously a problem.
Well, I mean, unless he's brought them back, we kind of eliminated the the blood pack.
Well, we did. He took one of them that had fallen.
Yeah, he took one of them, but we killed the rest, and he didn't take them.
But that one was also, we dropped that one. He made a point of picking that one up.
I mean,
So
he
he has.
could revive it.
So we don't know what he's capable of. I am concerned that there are people who went to Misenford. I'm from there. For my experience has always been people traditionally, aside from hunters, you don't go to Misenford. And people fled to Misenford. Misenford's not a sanctuary.
What's wrong with it?
It's where the monsters dwell. I understand Ebonthorn, people hunt monsters here, but it was never particularly an option to hunt. People hunted there. It was a place that if you were not quiet and you did not survive as quietly as possible, the monsters got you.
Right, that's where Henri was haunting before he followed the birds off to the distance.
Hmm.
I am very much concerned for anyone who would flee to Misenford. The idea of leaving Misenford was never an idea that crossed my mind until recent events happened where I felt a pull. It took a deity to pull me awake from that place.
Hmm.
So I know I understand we've had. It's only been 4 days, but at the same time, as a direction that people don't traditionally go. I'm wondering if we should go there. I'm suspecting we should go there because that's not a normal thing to do.
It's the one place we haven't been yet. And while we've defeated the 4 generals, I think anything we can do to lessen the suffering of the people in this realm will weaken the Dark Lord.
Um, I'm. My understanding. So my understanding is the Blood Pack. They were the tax collectors. Correct, Jody?
That's how most people viewed them. Effectively, they were tax enforcement. Let's just say they weren't really there to collect taxes. They were there to uh,
They were the auditors.
yeah, they were there basically to enact punishment for
Or not paying the
most
taxes.
for lack of payment or other things like
Penalties.
that. Yeah.
Because because
And technically all the tax collectors answered to them. So
we sent because we had sent a message to Scornmote the last time. Things were a bit confusing about that. The tax collectors had showed up, and the path direction they shouldn't have been able to. But apparently, I think that if after having encountered them, it seems to be they go wherever they want. I don't think paths don't seem to be an issue for them like us. So the sheriff at Scornmote and the resistance there, it was a bit odd the last time I talked to them. think maybe we should. If he pulls out his pearl, I could check in on them, but I don't think I should. At this point, I'm not sure if I should be volunteering any information.
I probably wouldn't. I don't think there's any harm in checking in.
Relwyn will take his pearl out, and he'll just go. Relwyn here. Everything has been good so far. At the village. At the village of Ebonthorn. I think Relwyn was like. He kind of like looks like another point. Like that's about as much as he'll give. And has anything fared better in Scornmote since we've last been?
A few moments pass, and then you feel, or you hear the familiar voice of the sheriff go, "Well, I hate to say it, but things have been going pretty nice here. Tax collectors came and went without an issue. We've got the church mostly rebuilt. Balthazar's been preaching up a storm, getting new converts and things like that. It's been pretty nice. We haven't even had wild critters coming into the town too much. My deputies have been able to take care of the few that got close enough to give anyone worry."
Since I actually have several different charges on this on the Pearl Discourse, be like, not sure how else to say this. Is Balthazar promoting what would be considered heresy?
Heresy is such a strong word. We prefer to think of it as alternative interpretations of the text.
That's heresy in this world.
Well, thus far ain't nothing bad happened to us, so
I'll check in again in case, just to see how things are going.
all right. If you all want to come back, we just got us a boar. Came too close to town, and we're going to be roasting up, and it's going to turn out amazing. We're going to have a bit of a boar roast for the whole town. It's going to be lovely.
Barbecue.
Don't cut it off. It's like, because obviously knowing how the Pearl works, we'll be like, we'll do our best. We'll check in next time we can. Roland kind of looked like, seems everything's going there so well. However, he was they were a bit weird. Excuse me. Sorry, Judy. I don't remember if there was intentional or not. There was like, he seemed a bit befuddled the last time I was inquiring. But also we've had some things about it with a village.
Yeah. He definitely
that was the village that was reset.
Yeah. He definitely seems different than the last time you spoke to him, but nothing in the conversation gave you reason to think that anything untoward was happening. Does that make sense?
Kind of, sort of, because again, there was a concern that he was acting strange at the time. So
yeah, he sounded like the person that you don't, just a more well rested and less panicked version of the person that you know.
What seems going on there? Apparently, Balthazar is promoting the Dark Lady.
Okay. That's a good thing, isn't it?
It should be. It's not. It's not normal. But then again, I don't know what normal is anymore since I've met you all.
What is normal?
We're the most normal people you know.
That doesn't help.
Did he say anything about tax collectors?
He said they came through, and then they came through, and then they left. And
That
I mean,
that's the odds.
the blood pack, I believe, are the leaders of the tax collectors. I don't think they're the only ones.
but if the tax collection came through and they left, and there was no issue, then that means that the enforcement wasn't needed.
Exactly.
Just as a reminder, 3 of the dreamers that you guys woke up were tax collectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So most of the tax collectors are just kind of normal humanoids. The blood pack are rare
Yeah.
to see.
Even more rare now.
Well, yeah.
Is going on there. I guess for now we just. I mean, I can like we have 4 days. We have 4 days. I could make a few emergency. I could replenish a couple of emergency stock myself. I don't know if we need anything else in regards to. I have a few things left. I still have a fair bit on my healer's kit still available. Obviously, I want to replenish my stock as well on my herbalism kit, but also I can spend time making a couple of emergency potions for that. Those would be mostly for emergency use because they are at we're currently at it would really be for getting us back up in case of a dire situation.
Well,
Is there anything else anyone else needs to do?
there's nothing I need to do other than I have this letter. I should probably open and find out what the Blood Council wants.
Oh yes.
So, as you open the letter, you notice the letter itself is remarkably brief. It just, it's multiple pages. The first page is just instructions, as far as you can tell, and the second page is a magic circle. And the first page basically gives you instructions on how to inscribe it somewhere. And it says inscribe it somewhere safe. And then message us when you do. And that's it.
Do I have any idea what the circle would do?
Sure. Roll me and I've completely forgotten what all the skills in this game are.
Anna?
Arcana. There we go. Arcana check.
That's a 10.
10. Well, it's a magic circle. You're relatively certain of that. You're not 100% certain of what it's supposed to do.
When that happens, Rowan is like, kind of takes the letter, and he will cast it again. So I guess I'm gonna be proficient in it again. And so once again, he's gonna hold his book, and you're just gonna see like spirits kind of hang around him in the background. And suddenly there's like I kind of also envision like kind of like they kind of go into him kind of situation, shapeless, formless, but kind of like Studio Ghibli kind of a thing. So roll Arcana as well, Jody.
Go for it.
Cool. Thank you. I rolled a 10, so that's 19.
Okay. As far as you can tell, this seems like a version of a teleportation circle. There's a number of sigils that should be unique to this particular area, and the circle itself looks like a temporary teleportation circle.
Rowan looks kind of like, his eyes kind of like do that weird effect. He's kind of looking at like, apparently this is a teleportation circle, but it's not of a permanent nature, but it will be powerful enough to be temporarily enacted.
But is this a
It would be
sending or
correcting Vala. You
receiving?
can see right here where the formation crossed lines here, the intersection there, the school teleportation
You
Technically,
know,
it's conjuration, but
or conjuration.
so this will send us to them or let them come to us.
Version of teleportation. If we're inscription there, and we message them, I would infer that they would want to come to us.
Okay.
Do I get the idea they could go backwards, forwards, Jody, or is it like a one-way directional with a 19?
With a 19, you would know that in order to use the
That'd spell, wouldn't we?
yeah, in order for you guys to teleport, one of you would not only have to know the teleportation circle spell, you would also have to know the sigil sequence for their teleportation circle, and that's not what they've given you here. Does that make sense?
Right. For that, we need 7 symbols. And yeah.
Yeah.
Chevrons.
Yes.
You guys still need an order of alignment. So
All right,
Oh
so
no, these letters are actually quite classic. My mercenary troop delivered one once. You deliver it, you leave, and then suddenly you hear whoosh as like 30 vampires are attacking the rival. It was a lucrative gig.
okay. So, do we want to inscribe this here someplace safe? Find someplace safe first? And bring 30 vampires to this town?
Well,
I don't think that'd be 30, but you know.
Yes, yeah.
say someplace safe. I would imagine a hunter's. The lodge here would be a safe location.
There's probably more than one empty building.
As well. It's been so busy here, maybe I don't know if any place will be empty long. People seem to be in a hurry to.
Get back to work. Back to normal.
Let's just get a random building and call it the Blood Bank.
all right, so do you guys want to do that now, or were there other things? By the way, as you guys are leaving, she gives you kind of a package with however many healing potions you guys decide you want, and in addition, she puts in a potion of fire giant strength, a potion of heroism, and a potion of invulnerability. It's kind of a thanks for not letting her melt into dreams.
Give her a nod.
Fire giant strength and vulnerability. What was that middle one?
Heroism.
Heroism. Rowan will absolutely thank her and assures him, like, we will put this to good use.
I guess, are we doing this now? We can just find an empty building to do it in.
Yeah, well, they did say to find a safe
just-
location. We should probably pick something a little. I would imagine also like a decent sized place, or
Is there like a 2-3 story building that hasn't been cleaned, Jody?
Yeah, there's plenty of them right now. I will say, because Vala, you don't know teleportation circle to spell, correct?
I do not believe so. No.
Okay. So, because of kind of how intricate and exact this spell has to be done, it's going to take you a few days to fully get it copied down to the point that it will be useful. Let's put it that way. So you guys, unless you have specific things that you want to do to kind of keep things moving, you all get a long rest. By the time Vala is able to get everything circumscribed and everything, your ivory stips and incense show up. Riverwowen, what spell are you planning on casting with this?
provided they had the incense as well, if they were able to provide everything.
Yeah.
Legend lore.
Okay. So we'll deal with that in a little bit, but yeah, let's go fast forward. About 4 days have passed. You guys have all gotten a little long rest. You're feeling better than you have. Still, bits that are sore and everything because you went through some hell.
Was able to make a couple of potions.
Sure. Let's say you were able to make four potions, one per day. I think.
For the
Okay.
record,
Yeah.
Yep.
to make my money, a flat 1,000 gold. Argenta has spent 61 gold and 9 silver on black and red paint. And I have this house has been getting painted like gothic as hell. And there's an outside sign of a bat, and just to fuck with the vampires, it says, in vampire under the bat, bloodsuckers dwell here.
Okay. Cool.
Argenta, you do understand that maybe it might need to be low key for them. You
She
don't
paints
wanna-
it over in black, leaves the bat.
Hopefully they'll be able to deal with that if that sticks out.
The Blood Council is famous for their sense of humor.
Yeah.
Infamous. But yes, the whole house is now black and like scarlet red.
So yeah, we can work out there for like everything else. So yeah, if we can, while we're enacting that, and like I'll go. So I guess we want to do let's do the circle first, and then we can. Maybe they want to be present when I do this next thing, which I'm sure we'll have no problem whatsoever.
Sure, it'll be
Yeah,
fun.
why could go on?
Was there a name on the letter as to who I should be notifying, or
Yes.
okay.
Maxim, Lord Maxim Donjo.
Okay. Then, once we have everybody ready, I will use sending and address him and say, we have finished the teleportation circle. Whenever you are ready, we are prepared.
Okay. So, as you guys are all standing there, you suddenly feel like the barometric pressure drop in the room, and you see this tiny pinpoint of light appear above the circle that you just spent the past few days inscribing. And the pinpoint of light just kind of explodes into a doorway, and suddenly one of the vampire lords kind of walks through, and a few moments later, behind him, and he turns to all of you, and most of the vampire lords, again, when you see them, they look a bit emaciated and kind of really rough from what they've been through. He looks really good. He's wearing clothing closer to what you remember them wearing before. It's not quite as audacious and things, but it's, kind of well-made and tailored robes and things like that. And he comes in and goes, "Hello?" So, and he kind of looks around. I guess I did ask for it to be in a secure place. I will get right to it. Something is happening. Specifically with the last two remaining vampire lords. I can explain more once we return to the rest of the vampire lords. But unless you have something significant you need to do here, I think it would be in our best interest to leave as soon as possible.
Oh,
I think we have everything we needed.
Yeah.
yeah, I believe we have everything we need from here. We were thinking about traveling to Misenford. Would you be able to send us back here if we need to?
The teleportation circle will. Oh, he kind of looks down, and you can see where the kind of magical runes have basically burnt away, and there's just kind of black marks there. Teleportation circles are a finicky thing, and they require, let's say, a more delicate hand if you want them to be permanent.
Understood.
I would not trust an average person with inscribing the necessary runes.
Understood.
However, if what we think is true is actually true, I do not think it will matter if you go to Meisenford or not. Again, I can go into more details, but it's easier if I have the rest of the council with me.
Vala kind of looks at the others and any objections?
I just
I have concerns, but
no.
No.
Alright, I will need about a minute to prepare the spell.
All right. Everybody grab your bags.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you see him kind of place his hand out, and there's a brief kind of flash of light, and suddenly there's a staff in it. And he places it on the ground, and you see he starts drawing these runes with magic using his staff. And after about a minute has passed, you can see a much better looking teleportation circle. And he goes, "All right, as soon as I activate this spell, we will have moments to step through it. I suggest you do it very quickly. Do you all understand?"
Yep.
Slams the staff on the ground and goes like this, and shung, a doorway appears. And he gestures for all of you to go through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get through.
So you guys go through. Teleportation in and of itself is kind of strange, but this particular spell has been cast by an absolute master of the conjuration magic necessary to do this. And so as you guys step through, you almost don't feel the magic happen. You just one moment are standing in Ebonthorn, and the next moment you are in the kind of underground base that your allies have kind of been heading to. And as you kind of blink at the change in light, you suddenly see almost the entirety of the Blood Council there, with a very large table absolutely covered in books and notes and other things like that. And then on the far side of the room, there is a wall that is also covered in notes and other things like that. Full on, like, can't remember the character, but with all the threads and everything on the wall, like full on conspiracy theory style board.
Oh, yeah.
As you
I'm sorry, this isn't Klaus Gate, as far as we know.
no, all of the vampire lords have been sent back to the forest north of Midwell, where you guys dealt with the major Domo. That's where basically your resistance movement has been kind of hiding there.
Sorry, I thought that was Ilmore. I'm so confused.
It's east of Ilmore, north of Midwell.
Oh, okay.
That whole forest area there. There's a river that goes through it, but they're on the other side of the river, because if you guys remember way back when, you actually did cross the river to get into where you fought the Major Domo. So
Is this
Yeah,
the same
we
encampment?
killed the river.
Is this the same encampment where my uncle and sister are?
yep,
Okay.
the one and the same.
Alright.
So as you get there, Lady Artois and Lady Carinthia. Well, technically everybody looks at you, but those two specifically go, "Ah, Zut alors, we were not expecting you so soon. Ah, yes, of course. Please, we have much to talk about. Over here." And she kind of rushes you guys over to the wall. And Vala, you have pretty good understanding of magic, but kind of looking at the wall, it's kind of like, walking into a Calculus 3 class after you've only had, trigonometry. So, since we have all been here and been trying to attempt to regain our power and figure out what else is going on, one of us had the idea that perhaps we might be able to track where the remaining members of the Blood Council were.
Okay.
And it took a long time. The Dark Lord, he is very good at blocking divination and any sort of tracking spells, scrying spells, things like that. But we eventually were able to come up with somewhat of a workaround using some strange spells in general. And Lady Artois' Pact Magic was able to break some rules as well. What we were able to discover is it seems that the final two members of the Blood Council are at Castle Dormenrift, but they are not inside the castle, at least not anymore. They are in front of it, and something is happening.
Okay.
They are being infused with immense amounts of magic. We were able to detect every school of magic that exists and magic that defies classification. But the most prominent magic was evocation and abjuration. And the amount of magic that is being funneled into them, let's say if they were a normal being, even one as powerful as the vampire lords are, the strain on the body being infused with so much magic, the body would collapse under the sheer weight of it.
State, they're simply made to suffer, so that's gonna be a moot
This
point
is
for them.
not a form of suffering. We all have experienced suffering. This is something different. There are more effective ways to inflict suffering, significantly more suffering. This
What I mean is they could endure it, could they not?
absolument. In fact, they are probably the only two beings in existence that currently can endure this because of these strange effects of whatever process he used.
He's not doing this to be cruel. He's doing this for some other reason.
He's doing this for a purpose, and as far as we can tell, that purpose is nearly ready. We have been paying attention for weeks, and the past few days, the amount of magic being infused in these creatures, it slowed down to a trickle. Whatever is going to happen is probably going to happen soon. Days, maybe a week. And with the amount of raw magic energy in these two beings, I would not want to see what happens when the magic is released.
So what can we do to stop it?
That was where we were hoping you could come up with some ideas. And as she says that, you hear kind of like a glove kind of slam down on the table as Lord Laval stands up. He's like, I have told you more than once, we do not need these. I myself have been working with a few of the refugees here. They know enough war magic, and with my talent alone, we can storm the gates of Tormund Rift, take our people back from him. This idea that there's nothing we can do. We have been sitting here for weeks as our friends are tortured. This is not okay. I'm asking these here. And Lady Artois goes, Lord Laval, we understand your strong feelings. However, the majority of the council has decided. The majority of the council is wrong. We know who this is. We know how to deal with him. The mistake that was made last time was allowing him to live. I will solve that.
You may be free. Why are you free if you ended up here?
Yes, but that was not the only time we have dealt with him before. Had they taken my advice then, we would not be here, would we?
No.
You
Relwyn will kind of quietly walk because this man is clearly agitated and angry and upset. But he's gonna try and counter. He's not gonna out yell someone else, even though he could. He's step forward like, I understand your anger, which has already been stated, and I'm sure you've already been filled in on the current environment you dwell in now, which has been, my understanding, my entire world. I would kindly suggest you do not underestimate the Dark Lord, or whoever this is, as you know him. I promise you this much, he is vastly different now. And I would politely remind you, with all due respect, Lord Laval, if it wasn't for my friends, you would not be here to make such claims.
I understand what it is that you have done. However, I have trained war mages for over a millennia. My house has perfected war magic, and I am the most powerful war magic practitioner in the world.
That may be true. However, we are working together. That you are by yourself. Regardless of however far you
We have sat here for weeks knowing exactly where our people are. This is the problem we had before. We banished someone who should have been put to death and gave him all the time he needed to create this abomination.
are. Yeah,
Uh,
you gave us the time, and now he's stronger. Not even take that now. Now we need to rectify together.
I am tired of sitting around.
And we're proposing to do something about it. You don't want to go have talk. I mean, if you want to go think about yourself and no shit on my back, I mean,
I have troops. I have been training them. They know what they are doing. And the longer we wait, the more powerful he becomes. I'm not talking about going up and slapping him in the face or anything like that. I'm talking about a surgical strike to take back our people and cut off some of the power that he has.
Clearly, he is setting a trap. The question is for whom? Is he trying to draw us out? Or is he trying to draw you out?
all of us.
Lady, there's so many names. Lady Corinthia chimes in. I do not believe this is a trap. As far as we've been able to tell, the particular method we are using should be mostly undetectable by him. I do not believe he knows we know what he knows.
while they're all arguing amongst each other, I kind of pull Lady Artois to the side.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Lady Artois, and I'm like whispering in vampires. These backlash when you try to identify them. You know what this is? And I'll show her the coin of the Major Domo.
Oh.
She looks at it, and you watch for the briefest moment this. Well, actually, go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Insight?
Yes.
It is flat roll. Ah, Matt 20, 28.
Not bad. So, for the briefest moment, you see a kind of recognition in her eyes, but it's gone in less than a millisecond. And she just looks at you and goes, "I'm very sorry, I do not know this item."
Lady Artois, I can tell. And I'm still speaking in vampire. I dealt with vampires quite often. I've worked with you before. I can tell when you recognized it. It could help.
I am very sorry. I don't know what you think you saw, but I have never seen this item before. I mean, it is a coin. I do not recognize the denomination or who minted it. I'm sorry, I have to rejoin the council. And she goes back to kind of talking with the rest
See,
of the Blood Council.
The funny thing was, I think Argenta kind of beat me to the idea. Relwyn says, like, if we're needing insight, we simply a storming, I think, is a tactic. I don't think it is the sole thing to do. We do, however, need more insight on what he can do and what is planning. And I think these seem to be, every time we've defeated one of his most powerful people, we get one of these. He points to Vala. Like, Vala, do you have one of the coins?
Yes.
I'll take Milo as well.
And Relwyn will offer, if we have just a little bit more time, would take too long. This time you're gonna watch over me, and he's gonna like take the coin from Vala if she'll allow it.
I will. This should be interesting.
And Relwyn will not be casting Identify. Relwyn will be casting Legend Lore.
Ooh.
Okay.
Do you want me to put it in the?
No, I have this spell up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Telegraph the move. Yeah. Okay. Great. My left hand or my right hand? That will just. What the hell are you getting? Oh God.
Sorry about that. Had to get something.
There are props.
So I want, yeah, this is the one I want. Okay, put you down for a minute.
I will, as preparation, I would also, in case it's important, I might actually cast Borrow Knowledge again and use for Arcana in case I seeing what's happened with Vala.
Yep. So,
Just in case on that.
so the way that legend lore works is you describe something. A person, I'm going to read directly from the spell here. Name or describe a person, place, or object. So what I would like you to do is, how is Relwyn going to describe the object?
Relwyn will describe the coin. of the, I believe, which coin was it that Bala had of the major? Was it the major domo
No, it was of the Vincent's coin.
or Vincent's coin? We'll take Vincent's coin. He will describe the the weight, the hefts, the material. He will describe the edges of, like, cause some coins are smooth, some coins have ridges, some, whether it's a perfectly spherical or perfectly cylindrical coin. If there are any differences and discrepancies between the front and the back of the coin. If there are they dual on both sides, or is it like one side is different from the other?
There's obviously a top and a bottom to the coin, though you have a hard time figuring out, like, you know which one is heads and which one is tails effectively, though you couldn't tell anyone why you know that. There's no, like, specific markings that you can bring out. It's mostly just a kind of indescript metallic coin that feels very valuable. But as far as, like, even trying to pick out, is it a gold coin, is it a platinum coin, you can't really decide. It obviously feels like a precious metal, and you're somehow convinced that it is.
He will also describe the tactile sensation of what it feels like, because some metals have very distinct feelings. Like, some are even though they look smooth, they feel very coarse, and some will have like a texture feel to them as he touches them. Even though he can't pick out what is head and what is tails, he'll describe the reason why he feels one side versus the other.
So as you cast this as a spell, which takes a full 10 minutes to cast, the Blood Council is just sitting there very, very tight-lipped. And as the spell finishes casting, all of the lights in the room instantly off. All sound in the room seems to stop. Slowly, your eyes start to adjust to the darkness, and then suddenly the lights are back. But there's a new figure in the room. An old woman sitting at a small table with a deck of cards in front of her. Well, seems you all are poking into things that you shouldn't be. And she holds her hand out towards you, Rowan. Give it here.
Kind of look to the others.
We know her. Go for it. Arjeka just shrugs.
So she brings it over and she kind of looks it over. You know, always impresses me the craftsmanship of these. It's only 4 in existence, you know. You seem to have gotten them all. Very, very impressive.
Who are you?
That is a rather complicated question with an even more complicated answer.
You've all asked her the same thing.
Yeah.
I do find it fascinating interacting with someone that doesn't exist. Well, existence in and of itself. I mean, what does it really mean?
How do we know you exist?
How do you know you exist?
I light things on fire. That's how I know I exist.
You burn, therefore you am.
Yes. I burn with the fire of creation.
It's fascinating to hear fire referred to as an agent of order. I've always thought it
What
leaned
about
a
life
little
is
more towards
orderly?
chaos.
What about life is orderly?
Creation! It's the opposite of entropy. Things coming together, becoming more complex, whereas entropy is chaos. Entropy is everything. Entropy is the true state of existence.
We're digressing from the point of this conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, what is the point of this conversation? And she turns her attention towards Rowan. You have questions to ask me, don't you?
Too many.
Well, I'm here. Why don't you start with the one that feels the most important?
What is the Dark Lord intending to do with his two current vampire lords at the front of Castle Tormenrift?
Oh, I think you misunderstand my purpose here. I'm not an oracle meant to tell you the future, nor am I here to inform you of the machinations of a madman.
I think she'll answer about the coins.
So do you wish? So the answer is like disregards the. What is it about the coins?
What would you like to know about them?
How are they related to the generals? Or were they related? How were they related to the generals and their significance?
Well, they weren't really related to the generals. They were a gift. Very, very useful gift. Unfortunately for you, in order to get those kinds of benefits, the person that created them would have to want you to have them. So unfortunately for you, the benefits the generals got from them will not be passed on to you, but they are very powerful, very useful.
How do we use them against their benefactor?
Oh, you don't. There's no possible way you could. They're inexorably tied not only to him, but to Castle Tormenrift. Their purpose is not to attack. Their purpose is to protect, to rejuvenate, to make whole once again.
Rowan will look to the others.
So we can use this protective, rejuvenating gift of the coins, or no?
Absolutely. You've won the right to do that.
And how do we do that?
Well, I don't want to give everything away, but Castle Tormenrift is not an ordinary castle. time is merely a suggestion, and the castle itself will attempt to fight you as strongly as the Dark Lord. There are places, safe places inside. The brief bits of goodness in this world that the Dark Lord was unable to destroy, since goodness in and of itself is indestructible. He took all the minute amount of goodness and light in this world, trapped them in various rooms in his castle. If you bring those coins to those rooms, you will find out exactly what they do. I don't want to spoil it for you.
No, but that is helpful.
What else would you like to know?
Why? Actually, no. I think I have an answer to that, actually.
She turns back to Rowan. You cast the spell that brought me here. What else would you like to know?
I have suspicion, but I might as well confirm it. Is he trying to usurp the Dark Lady's position?
Why would he want that? Why would he create his own world where she doesn't have any power simply to take hers? If he wanted to become the new Lord of Death, there are many better ways to do that.
He has been corrupting the worship that you would normally give to her. The complete antithesis to her is being offered.
Absolutely.
Corruption is being offered.
Are you completely unaware of how to control a populace? Religion is one of the great tools of the tyrant. And why go through the work of inventing your own religion when you can just take someone else's and make some changes to it?
He's not very original.
Well, the coins that you hold are rather original, and it's the reason your friends here were so shocked to see them. They were under the assumption that they had been destroyed.
Right, so they're not original.
They are original in the idea that they were made long before this world was created.
Okay,
That's why
How-
she recognized it.
if they're so powerful, how did he acquire them?
He created them with a little bit of help.
He
From
created
you?
coins that have been long since that existed
Yes,
so long ago.
for a very, very long time. These coins were his first experiment into the idea of usurping the tyranny of the gods, is what he called it. Being forced to live under their rules. He found ways to break those rules, and he enshrined them in 4 coins. His original intention was to make a full set of 14, one for every member of the Blood Council.
Did he craft a 5th coin in secret?
No, he was only able to create 4 of them.
just don't understand why he was so willing to give them to the generals.
Because they are incredibly powerful protective devices. They were supposed to make his generals impossible to kill. And to be perfectly fair, you all went out of your way to avoid outright killing most of them. I mean, the Major Domo is still wandering the forest completely outside of his mind. And the siblings, not only are they not dead, but they seem to be doing better than they have in a very long time. It's an interesting thing when you're presented with something that you can't kill. It doesn't mean that you can't win. You just can't win by killing them. And you all seem to be very good at understanding that point.
Right, we're not playing his games. We're not playing by his rules.
It's one of the reasons I've been so entertained by all of you.
Well, I'm glad this is entertaining you.
Oh,
You wouldn't want to be
everything.
boring.
Nothing is truly boring. The world, the universe, existence in and of itself, things are constantly changing. They go from chaos to order to chaos again, back to order. We see conflict and resolution, dissonance and harmony, repeated over and over and over again. But the most amazing thing about it is even through all the repetition, it never gets boring.
We did cheat when we killed the Bloody Fang. I shot him with an anti-magic bullet.
I was rather impressed with that, though I sincerely doubt you understood the impact of what you had done. The Dark Lord has been counting your bullets. Very happy that you are nearly out.
I mean, it's his own fault that we had them, to be fair.
As much as it seems strange, despite the fact that he has millennia of experience to learn from, it's impressive how often he refuses to learn. I mean, that's one of the reasons he's here. A stout refusal to learn. Do you have any
So
other
he-
questions for me?
So instead of usurping one god, he's intending just to usurp the gods in general?
I wouldn't call usurp.
You
More
don't-
of a banishment. He's tired of the gods. He feels that the races of existence should be allowed to make their own choices, make their own rules, be able to live whatever life they want. It's where those coins came from.
And he wishes to free them through misery and suffering?
No, this place requires a lot of energy to remain completely cut off from the rest of existence. That energy has to come from somewhere, and he's discovered that suffering is remarkably powerful. Without the suffering, the barriers that keep everything out of Grusitalia would fail. Anyone would be able to influence his world, and that's not what he wants. That's why he made the coins, to show that he could create something that was only under his influence. Or rather, under no one's influence.
The village, one of the villages we came from, is a magic unlike any others.
Yes.
Is that his magic?
I don't think I'd ever go as far as to call it his. He didn't create it. He barely has the ability to direct it, much less control it. That magic is far more ancient than anything in existence. It's the magic of chaos. Again, the natural state of existence is entropy and chaos. And when you understand and accept that, you can do some amazing things.
Vala just casts like dancing lights to have a little fireball in her hand.
So that was his attempt to create by utilizing a magic no one else can normally wield?
I would say he wielded it as much as he allowed it to happen. Who really can control chaos? The idea of controlling chaos is a contradiction. And the universe does not tolerate a contradiction. No, he doesn't control it, he doesn't wield it, he simply understands and respects it. As much as a mind as small as his can understand something so perfect. Anything else you would like to know?
Is Celeste safe?
No one is safe in this world.
But she's still here.
In a way,
He's
luckily
controlling
for
the very
you, she's not a god.
He's controlling the very spirits from passing on, preventing them.
You all have this fixation on control. You need
He
to
is
give
controlling
that up.
that barrier.
Why do you think he controls it?
And so the result of what he's doing, spirits,
Absolutely.
people are not being allowed to cross over.
If a man takes a massive boulder, plops it in front of a river, is he controlling the river because he's stopped it from flowing in a certain direction, or does he simply understand that the river will always flow? And every
Yes.
so often, if you put something in its way, you can allow the river to correct itself.
Yes, he is controlling the river.
He's diverting it. That is a form of control.
He's exerting influence on the river's path.
Is he, or is he simply stopping it from going in one direction and it chooses the direction it wants to go next?
This is semantics.
But it
A
means something.
river does it too.
Of course a river chooses. In the same way that a star falling from the sky chooses its path, it's all chaos, randomness. That is the only constant in existence. So if you believe that simply by understanding some, not all, of how passage to the next life works, that means that he somehow controls it, then I guess he does.
What she's saying, the core difference is that if he could honestly control it, he'd be a lot more powerful than he actually is.
Absolutely. He can no more control the souls of the dead than he can stop the sun from rising. However, he has become very clever in making it difficult for everyone here to know where the sun rises. It's beginning to get late, and I have many things that require my attention, let's say. But you all have entertained me. I would love to return the favor. And she reaches for the deck in front of her. Might I do a reading for you, purely for entertainment purposes?
Or
She draws the first card. She holds it up to you. The sun. Fascinating card, the sun. Means many, many different things to different people, but for you, the sun is light, the sun is warmth, and the sun does not exist in this world until it does. Very promising. She burns a card, pulls a second.
Oh, good.
The void is one I know very well. The void is where chaos begins, where it ends. The void contains everything and yet nothing at the same time. A
So, contradiction.
lot of people will misinterpret the void, thinking it means nothing but loss. I personally believe the void gives us assurance. At the beginning, there was nothing. There was the void of chaos. And at the end, everything will return to it. She burns 2 cards. Pulls another. The Fool. Well, that feels more rapt. There are many theories as to what the Fool means. The uneducated assume the Fool means you are a fool. You're confused. Others see it as the act of entertainment, of presenting yourself as the fool. The interesting thing about the fool is while they have their lord's attention, they are in complete control of everything. There are some times when the fool is the wisest person in the room. So which fool are you going to be? Do you think This card is your card. Their card, and points to the Blood Council, or his card. Now, this has been wonderful, and I can't wait to see what you do next, especially since I know what's coming, and it's going to be fascinating to see how you react to it. Keep those coins. They will become invaluable if you can make it inside Torment Rift. Blood Council, it's been lovely seeing you again. And she smiles wider than you think she should be able to. And you watch as the entire Blood Council averts their eyes. Goodbye. And the lights instantly turn off. After a few moments, the lights return. Everyone seems to be back to where they were. I think I might have picked the wrong deck. No, this is the right one. It's just been a long time since I've looked through it.
I
Go ahead.
I just look over at Lady Artois and raise my eyebrows like, really?
I think we all could do with some rest after that. We will adjourn and can meet again later. And literally the entire Blood Council leaves.
Did they just see Grandma or something?
You all acted like you've encountered her before.
We have met her before.
We've met her like 3 times. She's never really steered us wrong, so Argenta just shrugs.
Define wrong.
I will say this is the first time she's actually shown you the cards that she's pulled. And if anyone would like to, you can roll me a history check to see if you recognize any of them.
Oh, yes.
Will it be a
No.
Philippines, whatever,
None of that.
or I'll do whatever.
Vala got a 19.
Okay.
12.
More than one from Lillian.
Okay. So, Vala, you're familiar with the tarot. You used it a few times as in your vigilante identity, simply because it's a really easy way to manipulate people. It looks really, really fancy, and if you know how to speak right, you can make really anything sound realistic. The cards that you saw were similar to the tarot, but they weren't tarot cards. Lillian, as you were thinking about those cards, you kind of got this chill that ran down your spine, because you can remember stories of a mythical deck of cards that isn't sentient as much as it's just purposeful. It is an incarnation of chaos, known as the Deck of Many Things.
Alright.
And your understanding of the Deck of Many Things is when you draw a card from it, something happens. You have never seen someone draw a card from it simply as a tool in divination or anything like that. As you all kind of ruminate over what you saw, unfortunately, that is where we're going to end it for today. As always, if you missed anything, I do upload all these to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TrainerJody. Otherwise, again, it's all for me today. I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.